Hi, my name is Angela Andiola of Madera Community Action Partnership. I was born here in Madera, California. I did get involved in drugs at a very young age. I come from a good family, but there's always people that want to steer you the wrong direction. I got involved deeper in drugs. I started staying away from home more and more. The more you stay away from home, the easier it becomes. So as I started hanging out more on the streets, and the people that I started hanging out with were like involved in gangs. They would do burglaries, they would do home invasions, they would do beer runs, and just things that I never thought that I would be involved in. I did end up taking cans, which I never thought that I would steal. So I thought that was as low as I can go once I started taking people's cans, but it got even worse. There ended up being a stolen vehicle in my yard, and pride and the way that things go on the streets, I would not tell who put the car there. The car ended up being somebody with diabetes car, and it was holding a charge of attempted murder because she could not get to her diabetes clinics. So as I was sitting in jail and I was reflecting on the charges and the years that they were talking about that I was going to be away from my family, and I had 2 young children and I wouldn't be able to watch them grow up. I was just a victim of circumstances. I didn't even do the crimes, but that's where the addiction will lead you. It will take you places where you never thought you would be, and it just broke me. It broke me. It made me surrender everything. And that's when I got on my knees and I prayed to God to help me. The very next day they came and they got me for court. They took me to court, and I guess the judge and the DA had discussed my case, and they decided that I had been through enough, and they dropped all charges. It took my breath away. I didn't know how to feel at the time. I was given a second chance. I was given a chance at life, but in that courtroom, I knew that there was a purpose for my second chance. So upon my release, I wanted to reconnect with my family. That was first and most important to me. My son was very big in Celebrate Recovery, so I started going to Celebrate Recovery every Friday night. I started doing book studies, which is a 12-step Christ-based recovery program. And then upon completion, I became a leader of Celebrate Recovery. And this was my first introduction to helping others help themselves. At Celebrate Recovery is where I was recommended the Shunammite Place. This is a permanent supportive housing for homeless women. I had people advocate for me at the time that I couldn't advocate for myself. I had Ryan McWhorter of the food bank that were ready to stand by me and say that they believed that I would be a success story. As I dug in both feet in my recovery, I started volunteering because I knew that work was essential for my self-esteem. So it's always been a dream to help others, maybe to learn a trade and just to do better. Once I got into Shunammite Place, the first day when the director was giving me the keys, I had told her that one day I wanted to run a program like that. I started getting introductions to more and more agencies, and I sat on many boards where I learned many policies and procedures. I also joined the CAPMC board. Upon sitting on that board is where I learned of the position of homeless outreach worker. So the duties of Community Action Partnership as a homeless outreach worker is I get to go out and meet others with similar stories as mine. The people in Madera, they know my story, so they know that I took one step at a time to get recovered. So as an employee of Community Action Partnership, homeless outreach worker, I get to go out on a daily basis and help others to receive hope in their lives. I go out in the riverbeds, the byways and the highways with confidence and self-respect that I learned in my own recovery. So it definitely gives me passion and focus when I can see the reflex of my work. There's also stories where women come out of the sex industry and they're helping other women. That is just a joy in my heart to see them striving to be staff as well. because they seen the recovery in me, they believed it was possible in them, and now they're lending a helping hand to others. And that just gives me more strive and focus to keep on going. So as a reflection from sitting in jail facing 20 years to being a CAPMC employee, it's just amazing to think of where I could be and where I am today. The opportunity to help others to see that there's another way of life is just beyond words. I don't even have words for that. I'm so thankful to Community Action Partnership for giving me this opportunity to go out and help others out of their dark days.